Good morning. Welcome to whatever it is we call our
still no name. Dale, what do you think for a name?
Got an idea for a name?
I'll have to think about it.
Okay.
We'll come
All
up
right.
with something.
Thing is, once PJ is ordained, he goes from Vicar Brooks to Pastor Brooks.
Yeah.
So that's PB. So we're PB and J.
PB&J.
It's a possibility. So we've got some things here. So we'll see. If you have any suggestions, let us know. PJ, we are enjoying.
I just took my first sip.
We're
Yeah.
enjoying some coffee from Guatemala. We ordered some Guatemalan coffee as part of just for fun. The Hope Chest, Children's Hope Chest reveal is coming up May 25th.
May 25th is when the match in San Antonio happens. Yeah.
So we'll find out the children that we're sponsoring. So I think there's still time to sign up. You can still sign up. You can still check that out. And so anyway, so this is the description for this fancy coffee. It says berry, green apple, jasmine, and sweet lemon with a velvety chocolate finish.
I believe all of that based on this one sip. What is it? Is this the Spanish word for volcano? Volcano.
It could be. It could be. So I don't know. It is good though, right?
It is good. I do have an affinity for church coffee, though. There's just something about church coffee.
Yes.
I don't know if it's. I don't know I can't tell what I prefer. It is good. The coffee's good.
You can't taste the jasmine? I can really taste the jasmine.
Jasmine. I taste jasmine in church coffee too, I think. So, is the thing.
That'll be an upcoming episode. We've got Pastor Mark's going to be in town.
That's right.
We're trying to get Pastor Mark in town for an announcement right before PJ's ordination.
Yeah.
And Pastor Mark, he's a fancy coffee guy.
Yes.
So we're going to have a coffee taste test with Pastor Mark. We've got that in the works.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so that's what we're doing. But today, we have with us Dale Tamsen, our facilities manager. Dale, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody.
Now, you'll see, Dale, you're going with the highlighter yellow
I'm going
today.
with as opposed to the normal orange. I'm going with the yellow.
It's either
today.
orange or highlighter yellow. What is it with facilities guy? Because I was driving in today, and I saw, some guys working outside, and this is the uniform of choice for all guys. What's going on with that? Is there a reason for that?
There's a reason. So when I'm out cutting grass and my wife drives by the Pennsylvania campus, she can see me out on the soccer fields cutting grass and wave to me.
Okay.
Dale, I don't think anyone. Dale, you're a large, imposing person. People do not have a hard time picking you out of the crowd.
Like, who's that guy? Is that Dale? I don't know.
What kind of shirt does he have?
Yeah, black shirt. I don't recognize him. That big 6'4" guy, hulking giant of a man. I don't know if that's Dale or not. He's wearing a blue shirt. All right. And PJ, you are dressed for.
I'm dressed. We're going to Tigers game today. The whole school. There's like 500 people from our CTK community heading downtown.
That's good. All right.
They're doing like a science thing on the field ahead of time, and then the 1:00 game today. So
you're representing well.
You tell me. Is this a work day? It doesn't really feel like a work day, but the school's going. So
it's a work day. It's a work in quotes day. All right, but you're representing well. With the CTK trucker hat,
for sure.
The Panther t-shirt. All right, fantastic. All right, so for those of you who don't know Dale, he is also obviously our facilities manager, but I think just as important, he helps us at the 9:00 service just about every Sunday.
Right.
You'll see Dale here pretty much every Sunday before 9:00. One of our 9:00 elders helping us out with the service, and just an example of so you work here, but you also volunteer here just as much.
Correct. Yeah.
If you really if you think about that, and our volunteers are so important. Dale works with a ton of volunteers out there at the campus and here, and so we want to thank all the volunteers that help us out. That's why we're going with today. We don't have fancy mugs today. We just went with a classic. If you looked up a facilities manager and 2 volunteers in a break room, this is what you would find.
Yep.
This is what you'd find.
And donuts.
We forgot the donuts. Sorry, Dale.
And guys kind of maybe complaining about the next project they have to do.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. And kids, too. Those kids. Those kids.
Those young kids these days.
Breaking
Those
stuff.
kids.
Yeah.
But Dale's got a fascinating story. He is a former police officer. Dale, tell us how you went from starting your career as a police officer in Phoenix, Arizona, and then you ended up here as a facilities manager at Christ the King. Just talk us through that journey. Tell us about it.
Well, I ended up moving out to Phoenix way back a long time ago because things were slow here in Michigan. So I was a cop out there for 5 or 6 years, moved back here. Then I ended up hooking up with the Taylor Police Department, worked 26 years with the police department out there. wound up as a chief. I always said it was a wrong place at the wrong time type thing, you know. It's always better to be the number 2 guy, you know, not the number 1 guy.
Okay. The backup quarterback.
The backup quarterback is
better
the best
than
spot.
okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So after I retired, I knew I didn't want to do police work. I knew I didn't want to go into that stuff, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And when the church started building a new sanctuary, they asked me if I could do tile work. That's how I kind of started volunteering out here. So I remember the first day going to tile, and there's like 10 guys there. We started tiling. The second day, there's just me and Will Coates.
Okay.
So Will and I ended up doing all the tile work and everything. And then I just kind of got hooked because it was just so much fun out here. The guys were awesome. We had a good time. I just volunteered out here for 4 or 5 years. And then when Gene retired, I asked you if I could have his job, and you graciously let me have his job. And it's been a blast ever since then.
Yeah, you volunteered kind of with Gene for years.
Yeah.
I mean, as a volunteer. You and I now paid it all. So you went from then 10 to 2 in one day.
Yeah.
One PJ, doesn't that remind you of how like God had Gideon select his army? He's just like,
wow.
Took him down from like,
Yeah.
Anyway, so, and now then as facilities manager, then we figured we have one former cop on staff. Why not make it 2? And so your assistant, tell us about John, how much John is helping out.
John is invaluable because there's so much work to do here, and the volunteers do so much work. But John came aboard. He's a retired Flat Rock cop. He was the number 2 guy there. He ran the SWAT team for, 20 years. So the guy's just got a ton of knowledge. He's had all kinds of different jobs that he did prior to being a cop. So he brings a lot of knowledge to the job. He's a hard worker. And we like to tell war stories and have a good time.
We have, it's our way of saying don't goof around here. Right?
Right.
We've got a lot of officers in the congregation.
We
have a lot of officers kind of different cities represent. We can't say their names now because for all we know, they might be undercover. Right? we don't want to. But anyway, we've got great representation. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this Saturday. We have a landscaping day here, and so we're kind of asking if you guys want to help us out from 9 to noon here at Trenton Road. In the past, it's been out at Pennsylvania Road. However, with things moving back here to Trenton Road relative to worship, our worship services are all here. We're going to try to spruce up this campus here on Trenton Road, especially before the confirmation service, and then Sunday going into the summer as well. So 9 to noon here, little landscaping thing, which got us thinking about. Let's go around and go favorite, maybe a project around the house that you look forward to. You don't mind doing it. Maybe you even like doing that. And then that home project that you're just like, I hate this. I can't wait that this is over. I'll kick it off.
Okay.
I love power washing. I borrowed my dad's power washer once, to do some stuff around the house. And there's a weird satisfaction to it. So much so that then I just, I've got to have my own. And I've got a couple power washing projects that are on the agenda before my daughter comes home. I've got like June 16th is my deadline. Ton of stuff I'm trying to get done before that weekend in June, and I weirdly cannot wait to just find a nice calm day that's not too windy and just power wash. There's a weird satisfaction to just seeing immediate results from that and edging. I love that. I'll be edging on Saturday. We've got the edger here,
We got the edger. We got the backpack blower.
Got the backpack blower.
How many things are there around the house to power wash? Is it a lot of things?
It's enough that it's a perfect amount.
The right amount.
Because by the time I'm tired of it, I'm pretty much done.
Okay.
So it's a pretty much. So that's the goofy thing that I enjoy doing. How about you, PJ? We'll let our guest go last.
Well, here's a fun fact about me. I have no skills.
But time out. I just want to say time out on that. You installed a thermostat in your house that required you to go to the furnace and rewire something.
That's true.
You told me about it.
That's true.
You looked it up on YouTube like your generation does. Right? You looked it up.
Yep.
You figured out how to do it, and you did it.
The
I'm very
YouTube tutorial. Now, here's the thing, though, Dale, is you were very close to getting a call because
Dale is always this close to getting a call. Poor guy.
That's true. And I knew I was in over my head with that thing. But as long as you follow the video exactly, but the problem is if something's not exactly like the video.
Yeah.
Well, what do you. So I didn't have any understanding of it. I just followed it, and
But you got it done.
It's
though.
working. It is working.
I've always
That's
been
all that
impressed with
matters,
that.
right?
So anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, but yeah, no, I don't. I really try to avoid home projects. In fact, you know, say I'm supposed to be, I don't know, painting a room in my house. You know, Jackie will come and check on the progress of the room, and she'll find me, you know, playing the piano, or you know, it's not my thing, and I can, if you give me a job on Saturday, Dale, you give me a specific job, I will work hard and get it done. But what's the opposite of green thumb?
Black
you know what I
thumb?
mean?
Yeah,
I just
killing everything.
You kill something.
we can't keep plants alive. We don't, you know, our landscaping is, you know, the best landscaping for us is just rocks. You can't hurt a rock. But I will. You give me a job, you give me something good, and I'll tackle it. But don't expect it to, you know.
I see a lot of moving mulch and PJ.
Yeah, something like that.
I see a wheel.
Just
PJ in a wheelbarrow.
Move this from here to there. That's
it. All right.
I think yard work might be one of my favorite. Cutting grass, edging, taking care of the bushes and the plants, you know, especially this time of year when you're getting ready to do planting. I think that's a fun thing to do. Like, I'll come home from work and I'll just hang out in the yard, and then Peggy will be like, "You got to come in for dinner." It's like, do I have to? It's too nice to come inside.
Yeah, especially this time of year when it's light to 8:30.
Yeah.
I feel if I'm sitting in the house at 8 o'clock and it's light outside, I'm like, well, this. So last night I just weed whipped around the house. It didn't really need it, but
It's so nice outside.
It's
yeah,
nice
you got to
that
do
you
it.
do that.
Yeah.
Now, painting, when it comes to painting, that's the thing I hate. I don't mind rolling out a wall, that's fine, you can roll it, but you get a paintbrush in your hand and you got to cut in. You know,
3 hours of work, and it's like, what even happened?
Exactly.
No progress. Yeah.
And if you step back 10 feet, you
Yeah.
can't tell the difference with what it looks like. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of painting.
I like to paint.
Do you?
It's relaxing.
Right.
When you're out painting the school hallway, it's easy because you just get the roller
Yeah.
up and down,
Yeah,
up
it's
and
fine.
down, you
It's
know.
that cutting
But
edge.
I don't mind painting. It's kind of
Not a big
relaxing.
fan.
It's the prep work probably that's more work.
Speaking of those kind of projects, Dale, tell us about, let's say, 2-Belt Tuesdays is a big thing. Are there other times that they're organized where guys can come out and help out? And it's not just the helping out. I think it's that camaraderie, you know, it's being together. It's getting on a riding lawnmower that's not yours and getting able to ride it around.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they're fun to ride
Right,
too.
playing with
They're a lot
other
of
people's
fun.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Maybe driving the gator around, whatever it might be.
We had a lot of fun toys.
Exactly right. That's what I mean. So tell the folks about some opportunities they might have to come on out and volunteer.
Well, the first thing would be 2-Belt Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
which we usually get a really good crew of guys out there. The guys are, you know, we're all retired, you
Right.
know, but each person brings a special knowledge, trait, skill out, you know, and that's really what makes this place function because there's no way that the church could afford to have contractors come in to do it, you know. So these guys are great. We start off with our devotions and we kid around and tease each other probably for half an hour. We talk about stuff.
Go through a couple of
Go through.
Yeah.
Well, we always go through at least 2 pots of coffee
Yeah.
and a bag of donuts, you know. And the guys are awesome. They come out. They bring a lot of nows with them. And the amount of work that we do, anything from fixing the pickup trucks, working on the mowers, you know, Kenny and Alex with the electrical. The guys are just outstanding. Whatever breaks, they can fix. And then it's taking care of all the stuff at the church, doing all the landscaping, cutting, edging, weed whipping, spraying. I mean, there's just tons of stuff. We never run out of stuff to do. Then now, summertime is when we're getting busy having to do, you know, we're going to get some new shingles put on, so
Right.
we got to clean up some of the air handlers. We have to put up a sunscreen over at the daycare. So we just really get super busy this time of the year. And anyone would come on. I tell people that it's someone like PJ that says, I don't have any skills. It's like, we'll find something for you to do.
Right. You
There's
have
something
skills.
for you to do.
Yeah.
You just don't know it, but you got skills. So yeah, the guys, we just get along really well. You know, it's fun. It's just really a good time.
And in a church our size with the dual campuses, we run on volunteers.
We do.
We really do.
We
We run on volunteers. We're blessed with a lot of volunteers. And if you'd like to join, hey, you'd be welcome to.
Yeah.
Final question: does your coffee over there also have a rich, chocolatey velvet finish?
No, we don't have anything
Yeah,
that fancy over there.
It's the green apples I'm tasting now, PJ. Yeah.
Yeah. Green apples.
And my
coming
choice
out.
of drink is Mountain Dew, so I'm not a coffee
That's right, yeah,
drinker, so
yeah.
I consider that it's green, so it's my vegetable.
Dale drinks liquids the same color as his shirt.
Exactly.
That's right. That's
That
right.
works. All right. Well, thanks for catching up with us. We'll see you next time. Until then, PJ, have fun at the ball game.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Dale, get to work.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go pretend to work in my office.